Welcome back to LIFG, and today we're going to do some ranked matches. I think we'll just stick to one deck. We'll do a best of 5 with it and see how it goes on the ladder. And we have 2 quests to finish. Win 5 versus battles with the Primal deck, and win 2 versus battles with the Primal deck. So we'll be we'll be using a Primal deck. Seems like the best way to get these done. We'll start with this, and it's basically a Channel the Tempest type deck. It's one of our main win cons. It's not our only win con. We do have Thunderstrike Dragons, we have Mistville Drakes, and we have Throne Wardens as well. So we'll start with this, and we'll see how this does. We're at 230 on the ladder. Okay, so one thing that's been happening, let's grab a score here. One thing that's been happening with me lately is when I got to Masters this month, May, I was at 70, something like that. And I was only facing people at Diamond. Whenever I won, my rank wouldn't go up. But when I lost, my rank would drop. As far as being at 230 right now, I haven't played since yesterday morning. And when I left off, I was at 136. Luckily, I'm not really shooting for the top 100 this month. I was just trying to get back to Master, because last month I didn't make it there. But yeah, let's see what we can do with this. We'll just do a best of 5. I think the last time I did one of these videos, I did draft. Oh, B-Train's on. So I figured I'd switch it up this time. Not a great hand by any stretch, but we don't really have a choice, so we'll play with it. 2 8 drops and a 5 drop. Not what I'm looking for. And if this is Rushdown, we're going to get just beat bad. Okay, I'd probably like to drop this here, but I'd rather go search for another land right now. Instead of playing Roland's Favor on turn 3 and still not doing anything. Alright, I had 2 armor. I was wondering why I'm not at 21. Forgot I had 2 armor from this. Alright, so this is not what I'd rather see a land or see a power than see this right now. Not what I want to see, but it's better than seeing something else that costs 5 or more. Yeah, I need a power. I'm just dead. I gotta block here. If I block this, I'm just gonna take 3 damage anyways. Yeah, I'm just dead. Okay. Unfortunately, that's how the cookie crumbles sometimes. Sometimes you're not even gonna get to play. So we are 0-1. Redraw. Okay, this is a better hand. This is 1 blue land away from being decent. 1 blue power away from being decent. We might dig, if we don't draw a power on our turn, we might dig with second sight end of our opponent's turn to try to hit it. Yeah, we're gonna kill this now. It's probably playing a Reanimator, and we'd rather not deal with that. Okay, so we hit our second blue power, and we have Aegis, so that'll protect us a bit from Rain of Frogs and stuff like that. at least for a turn. You hate to see that happen, so the trigger from Mistveil Drake's Fate is pretty much useless there. We have two options. We can play Runehammer and swing for 4. These aren't colors that can deal with it very well. Lightning Strike's the only option that he had there in those colors, and I have Aegis, so I'd have at least a turn. That's unfortunate, but that's the risk I took by attacking there. So our opponent is having some mana issue. Pass it back. EOT will probably second sight. Okay, so we're definitely going to put Thunderstrike Dragon back on top. However, now I think we're going to put the Drake back on top, just to get our Aegis back. And we'll go with Thunderstrike Dragon. The only reason is I hate Haunt and Scream. And if he kills the dragon, then he won't be playing Haunt and Scream on the same turn. Now this is one of my favorite things to do. Just killing these cards is never enough. You gotta silence them. If you're running the colors to silence them, try to silence them before you kill them, because this coming back with Haunt and Scream attacking and getting 2 beasts it's usually not good for you. Alright, we're gonna draw first. We're trying to hit our power. That's fine. He was gonna kill that anyways. Nothing changed there. That was always going to die. We are going to attack for 3. And there's a couple reasons we're doing that. One is they were at 16, so we're dropping them low. We have them on a clock. The second is we want to bait out Haunt and Scream if we can, because we have Lightning Strike in hand. That's a big boy. That is a big boy. We do have options here. We could play the dragon. We could also Lightning Strike and then silence and attack for 3. I think that's the route I'm gonna go. Main reason being that route stops this from ever getting to 5 black and powering up or shadow. And the second reason is if he does attack with it, I have the option to Lightning Strike and block because I still have 2 power open. Alternatively, I could just take 5. I'm at 24, so I'm fairly healthy. That we can't stop. Okay, so that we will kill. Damage is done because he does get to pitch a card. But we'll kill this anyways. We don't want it around at all. We'll take 5 and drop to 19. Shouldn't be a problem. So we'll attack for 3. And we'll put out our Mistveil Drake. It'll be a 6/6. So we currently have lethal on board, which means our opponent needs a blocker or a removal spell. That's a good card. So the life gain is the difference here. We could try to slow play it. If we do, they will probably attack. We're going to be aggressive. We could wait. We could try to Celestial Omen end of his turn for another Enforcer. I think we'll just do this. We don't take any damage from this. He does gain the life. So what we do next is going to depend on what our opponent does. If they tap out for one decent sized unit, we Celestial Omen for Channel. And if they don't, we Celestial Omen for something else. Okay, our opponent conceded. Which puts us to 1-1. And we need one more to finish the Primal victory, and we need 2 more to finish the Primal spree. So really what we just need to do is win the next 3 matches we have left. That would be ideal for our quest. It would also be ideal for the video. Found the queue times have been not that great lately. Okay, this hand isn't horrible. We do have early game removal. We have our 3rd mana. If this was Wisdom of the Elders, I'd have kept that hand. It is, however, not Wisdom of the Elders. This this looks really familiar. This looks a lot like the first game that I lost. It's actually a good draw. Could use mana. This might be Primal Shadow aggro. It's been really, really, really popular recently. Now this is going up on the Friday, but I'm filming it on the Tuesday, in case anyone's wondering if anything seems off. I don't have a very good outs against this in my hand. That's not good. And this is really bad for this. I know what I'm facing as well. He's probably running Oathbreaker. The new promo green-black. Okay, I gotta put this down. It's very possible I already lost this one. I need to draw Harsh Rule soon. Vanquish also works. But this is an 8-point life swing, which is just not good for me at all. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be able... With the cards we have in our hand, we're not going to be able to come back from this at all. That sucks. Which is one of the drawbacks of this deck. So the real question is whether or not our opponent has counter in hand. they did not choose to play it, which we're okay with. Another one. We have two options. We could Celestial Omen right now for a power card, which seems really bad. So we're going to pass on that. Second option is to wait to see what our opponent does. If they play a unit, we go for Harsh Rule. If they don't, we go for Runehammer and hope this resolves. Yeah, I was kind of hoping they'd play a unit and we could go for Harsh Rule there. So we're back to hoping we draw a power card. We didn't, though. Thunderstrike Dragon is not bad. Does die to a lot of removal. Dies to Death Strike. It also dies to the 2-mana Shadow kill unit of 1 color. Also dies to Vanquish. Okay, so that's not the worst thing. If we can draw power, we're still in it. Let's attack for 5. We can't block either of these anyway, so there's no point in doing anything else. One thing I should have probably done there is play the Drake first. Though I don't think there's any cards in those colors that could crack this. Maybe Protect. And pass it back. The reason I played this over the Dragon is 1, utilizing all my power. That's the most efficient way to do it. And 2 is, if he has another removal or silence ability, he needs 2 to kill this versus 1. Now, if he has a removal spell here, I'm pretty much dead. Because I'd take 6, and then the following turn, I wouldn't be able to block everything. Okay. Let's go. Silence this. I think that's a little greedy. We're at 7. We should hold off here for a bit. Because if I attack with this and he deals with my 6/6 and he attacks with both, I'm dropping to 4 at least. So it's probably best to leave 2 flyers and 1 on the ground. It's just to be on the safe side. And our goal is to have our opponent Harsh Rule if they run it. All right, we're going to put this out. Try to either get extra cards or force them to commit more to the board. See, this reeks of Harsh Rule. Matter of fact, let's block like this. Smells a lot like Harsh Rule. Yep. Okay, if we can draw power, we can handle that no problem. We have a problem here. If I can't risk playing a creature and then he kills it and attack for 5. I just can't risk it. Hopefully he doesn't run Runehammer in this build of his deck. Jeez, that... Okay, I got a power. Did use Harsh Rule last turn. Okay, we're at 8 now though, so we have... Let's go Silence here, and we'll play this out. If he has removal... Okay, that's good. We're always blocking like this. Our weapon lives that way. And we get rid of the card that's... Okay, our weapon still dies. We get rid of the card that was gonna cause a lot of problems. Let's go... Let's kill this. We can drop to 4. Yeah, we can drop to 4. Drop into 1, however, is dangerous. 1, 2, 3. He's only played 3 Harbingers. Yeah, I'm gonna take the chance. I'm gonna put this out and pass the turn. Taking a chance here. If he goes Vanquish Harbinger, okay, he can't do that anymore, so that's good. That's one way we could have died. Right now we might have a chance to get back in here. So let's attack for 5. We're going to silence our own unit, so we have 2 blockers. Play a land, and then we're going to channel directly at our opponent. Reign of Frogs it's kind of dead at this point in the game. That's a dangerous card. Probably one we want to silence. We can attack for 8. I think I did it a little bit wrong. Let's swing with everything. I should have swung first. Should have swung first. And really attacking with this didn't do anything either. But I think that should be game. So I 100% thought we lost that one early on. Guess not. 2-1, and we finished Primal victory. So I'll take that. Power Surge. Feed in time. Sure. Okay, so we are 2-1. Let's jump right back in there. 2 more games. I know this hand seems really bad. I'm going to keep it, though. Live on the wild side a little bit. Wonder if B-Train's streaming. This I'll hold in hand. Because I'm not that far away from 5 power, which means I'll get a 4/4 flyer out of it. So I'll hold that for now. Okay. Let's get Aegis back. Pass it back over. We haven't been under any pressure yet. Okay, so this is not the aggro build. This looks like it's the control build. We'll be taking 2. This magic 5 toughness from these Felon creatures I know very well. So Lightning Strike's almost a dead card. Let's attempt to draw 2 cards. It could get countered. Yeah. Now there's two parts to that. One is I could have main phased this, which would have avoided that. So that's partly my fault. But two is I'd rather that get countered than something like Celestial Omen, which of course could still get countered, but we'll see. Okay, our opponent has 3 cards in hand. Let's put the flyer out. This doesn't do anything against our deck. We don't really return anything from the void. Let's put this out. I could have harsh ruled there, but I'm hedging my bets. I want them to extend more into the board. And I can take this 3 or 4 more times. Start with this. Okay, let's pass the turn. I was really hoping for a power card there. Guess I'm about to lose my creature. Or not. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the hell just happened there, but okay. I'm gonna hold on to my harsh rule. Okay. So the truth is, going for a power here would not be the worst thing in the world. It's not what I'm gonna go for though. Let's go for this. There's the power, so let's harsh rule. He's at 6. He could be at 7 next turn. And just pass it back. There's a couple things here. He needs to pop my Aegis. Alright, so if I have to choose between this and this, I'd rather get a 7/7 flyer out. It's a 4-turn clock that he has to answer. Sure. Let's attack for 7. Anyways, yeah, it's a 4-turn clock that he has to answer. So if I put this out, yeah, we got to go for this. Cuts the clock down by 1. That's going to be too slow. Unless he reanimates. If he reanimates, that changes everything. I'm still gonna go for the attack with both. However, if he reanimates, he still needs a little bit more. Let's make sure. Gain a virtual 6 life. So right now, if he reanimates one of them, he can do 9 to me. And 9's not 16. On the other side, he has to kill a 7/7 and or a 6/6. So yeah, he can't really attack with this and win, and he can't really block with it and win either. All I really need to do is attack with both. Okay. I feel like Mistfall Drake is very, very, very underestimated a lot of times. It's not a bad card. If you search it up with Omen, you can immediately get protection for yourself. And if you have Aegis when you play it, it's just a really big unit with Aegis that flies. Okay, so we are 3-1. We have one more game to do. Be good to close it out in a win, but I think we're due for a loss. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, this is a pretty shitty hand. That's a very good draw, though. Very good draw. Are we facing Cumbre or are we facing... Is there blue in there? Okay. If there's no blue, I can do this end of turn. You think I'd have learned my lesson. Now, if I was on my 4th turn, I drew this, and I didn't have a 4th power, I'd play this main phase, but I had a land to play, or a power to play that turn, so I didn't see a reason to not go the way I went. Here, I'm going to go for Rain of Frogs. I don't really care about Harsh Rule at all. Most of these I don't care about, to be honest. I guess Mystic Ascendant. I can't really stop Mystic Ascendant from going off. There's a case to be made there for the Marshal, just because he can actually cast a Marshal currently. But whatever. Wow, second Rain of Frogs. I guess we take the Marshal now. Sandstorm Titan is very susceptible to this Harsh Rule we already have in hand. So our opponent's having some power issue there. That's unfortunate for them. We're going to go Throne Warden into power, pass it back. Yeah, I figured the second I play a unit, they'll get their power. Because that's how it's supposed to work. Yeah, I'm gonna 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm gonna put this out. See, it'll be hard for him to just straight up kill this unit. No blocks. I do want him to extend more into the board, obviously. Let's put this out. Now I'm probably going to lose this because he probably has Vanquish at this point. And if he does have Vanquish and he swings with the team, I block this way. Because no matter which one of these hit me, I'm going to lose the weapon, so it doesn't change anything. Taking an extra 2 damage. Okay, we got another Harsh Rule. So we're looking good here. We can start playing this angle. Let's pass the turn. Okay, so that's the kind of extension we were looking for. I think we Harsh Rule now. The other option, of course, is to just silence it. But I think I'm going to Harsh Rule. Yeah, that seems pretty solid here. Pass it back. There's no Marshals that he could have played at end of turn. I exiled all of them. Not concerned about a Titan at all. Our opponent was... The one thing our opponent was doing right, they were playing around Harsh Rule. They suspected we had Harsh Rule for a control deck. So they were playing around it. Fortunately for them, we have a second Harsh Rule. We don't have to play harsh rule here. We have multiple blockers. But I think we do. I don't know that he recovers from this. And we can just pass the turn. Didn't know we had that many cards. Runehammer. Actually, I should have went for Copperhall Bailiff there, not Runehammer. Runehammer is a better card to keep right now than this. Let's draw 2 end of turn. So 2 more channels does kill our opponent. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13. Let's go straight to the face. Shouldn't have to discard unless we draw. Okay, we didn't. Perfect. And we have 3 left. Silence this. We'll have to discard some cards. Get rid of that. That. Yeah, it seems good. So we're 1 channel away from winning. We have Omen in hand. Over the course of 2 turns, we can get it, no problem. We'll block. We'd rather keep this and draw an extra card than have that creature in play. I mean, we have another Harsh Rule in hand anyways. And we have enough power that we can Harsh Rule and Celestial Omen. Yeah, this is game. Our opponent fully extended onto the board. Fully extended onto the board. Which, it's not the wrong decision from them. They've taken 2 Celestial Omens at this point, and it's right to pressure me. Because if they just say go there and hold stuff in hand, the game's not going to necessarily get any better for them. I have an inevitability, and they kind of don't. I removed one of their biggest threats with my first Rain of Frogs. So we did end up going 4-0. I mean 4-1. The only game we actually lost was the first game we played. And we kind of got mana screwed there. Plus it was an aggressive build. In that game, the first one we lost, we need to see stuff such as Lightning Storm early game, Lightning Strike early game. Vanquish would have been okay. Copperhall Bailiff would have been good, and so would have Valkyrie Enforcer would have also been good. But yeah, that wasn't too bad. I'm gonna put the link to this deck list in the description. There's many builds of Channel the Tempest. This is my build. Some of the other builds use the green card that searches for power and stuff, but this is my build. I'll put it in the description, and if there's any other specific decks you guys want to see me play, let me know. Or if there's any archetypes you want to see, whether it has legendaries or no legendaries or whatever it is, just let me know in the comments and I'll see what I can do. But yeah, thanks for watching.